Three words that became hard to say. I and love and you. What you were then, I am today. Look at the things I do. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in.
Hello, everybody. Today on Pod and Deliver, we're talking about music in the classroom. Should music be played in the classroom? I submit, yes, we should play music, but we should be very intentional in doing so. I know in the past I've talked to teachers and they say, I like the idea of analyzing music that students enjoy. So I've talked to teachers who might analyze a Tupac song, for example, or something musical that they like. It doesn't have to be hip hop. It could be a Metallica song and so forth, because there's some really interesting lyrics out there. But that's a possibility. We've also talked on this channel about setting up a Spotify playlist of the students' songs, their interests, their musical interests, and that's also a worthwhile thing to do. And then they feel more connected to the class. Today, we'll do something a little different. We'll talk about introducing students to your music. What's the benefit of that? Well, it will maybe challenge them, maybe introduce them to a different style that they're not used to. And so today, Jacob, I thought we talked to you about a musical artist you really like that probably isn't in the wheelhouse of most students, maybe at first, but if you introduce this music to them, it might start to grow on them. What artist would you like to talk about today?
Well, that's the Avett Brothers, a group that you and I actually you introduced to me, and you introduced to me the song "I and Loving You." That was the first song that you ever sent to me. I think you sent through an email or text, and I listened to it, and I was hooked. And then I just continued listening to songs. It may not be my favorite song anymore, but it definitely is one of those songs. But we'll look at it. But this group, my students, I do play. We do have a class playlist, and I do put Avett Brothers songs on there. So many times we do talk about some of the songs that are on that playlist, and the Avett Brothers is a discussion point every so often. So yeah.
Okay, so we're going to look at your favorite Avett Brothers song, and then we'll discuss it.
All
Okay.
right.
So this is the Avett Brothers, and what song do you like, Jacob? I mean, I know you like a lot of them, but what song would you like to, are you playing here?
I figured, what's a song that I would be disappointed if I didn't hear in concert, and it would be "Murder in the City." I would be disappointed if that song wasn't played. It's usually played, not all the time, but usually. So this is the video, but we'll hear the words as well as they sing. Here we go.
Murder in the City.
If I get murdered in the city, don't go revenging in my name. One person dead from such is plenty, no need to go get locked away. When I leave your arms, the things that I think of, no need to get over alarmed. I'm coming home. I wonder which brother is better, which one our parents love the most. I sure did get in lots of trouble, they seem to let the other go. A tear fell from my father's eyes I wondered what my dad would say. He said, I love you and I'm proud of you both in so many different ways. If I get murdered in the city, go read the letter in my desk. Don't bother with all my belongings, but pay attention to the list. Make sure my sister knows I loved her. Make sure my mother knows the same. Always remember there was nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name. Always remember there was nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name.
Well, there's a lot about this I can say, but first, Jacob, what is it about this song that hits you that you would say this is the song you even play for your students?
Well, I think you have to explain it a little bit because the title, Murders. I mean, these are two country guys who are brothers, and it's really more of a relationship song, right? It's a family song talking about brothers, talking about his family. Family is very important. So I would share that. These guys are. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to the area where they not right where they grew up, but not too far from where they grew up. And it's a very wholesome place. It's not a city. It's a town. It's not like Los Angeles or any metropolitan city like that. But if they were to leave their home, and go to the city, it's kind of like in a way, at least the way I interpret it, it's so off. It's so off who they are. It's not what they are. And if they were to go, and if they were to, maybe they wouldn't really die, but they would leave the countryside. Um, they would be leaving those roots for their family, and I think that would be traumatic. And so they're just talking about what would happen if I leave, and they're giving instructions about a note and so forth. But just even talking about reminiscing about the brothers and how yeah, I got in trouble, and the other one, seemed to, get away with it. And which in all families that happens, right? Where fathers and treat the older son a little different than the younger son. And so I think it's just beautiful because it's a family feel to it. And I just, every time I hear it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this time I was thinking about the music itself. I always like the words, but here I'm like, man, this is great. And they go from guitar to piano, and their voices together, these two brothers, just so beautiful, so harmonic. I just love it.
I do like that point of learning about the region
Mm.
because we think that this is everything. We
Mhm.
live in a beautiful part of the world, Southern California, but there's other places. These guys are from North Carolina, from Charlotte, I believe. And so it is good to talk about these other places. And then you can just dive into these lyrics, which are fantastic. If I get murdered in the city, don't go revenging in my name.
Mhm.
One person dead from such is plenty. No need to go get locked away. And so these guys are such warm people,
Yeah.
this family. And there's a lot of people in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say recently I saw Rick Rubin reflecting and on one of these videos, and he said, "You know what? I just love working with the Avets, just to hang out with them, just to be with them. It's a different vibe. It's like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of just a good. They're good characters, and they treat each other with respect. And I think he liked that. He liked hanging out with them. And I thought that was great. Rick Rubin's hanged out. He's hung around all the greats, but he loves hanging out with the Avets. So there you go.
Well, I thought we would play the song I love, but you know what? It's so hard to pick because I love this band. And so, but I have to go start somewhere. So why not Pretty Girl from Annapolis.
All right.
One, two, three. Oh, don't you look at me that way. I would be honest, but I don't know how to say I've been lazy with my love. Can't you give me a chance to make it up to I'm always chasing some far dream. My lady, I know it's not easy for you to see, but I've lied to myself. And your loveliness, no, it doesn't help. No, your beautiful smile don't help. My dreams are lies that I have tried to ignore. My dreams fly me to a place near Baltimore. And I love this moment we're in, though we may not ever see this moment again. Maybe you find all that you need, an easy way to forget about me. May you forget about me. My dreams are lies that I try to ignore. My dreams fly me to a place near Baltimore.
We should probably say that there's a third Avett. It's Bob Crawford
Yeah.
officially. So he usually plays this instrument that Paul is playing. He's no longer in this band, but now it's and Bob Crawford's been there from the beginning, but he plays the bass also and other instruments. So and the other thing I want to mention is one of the powerful things about the Avetts that we can already see here is these brothers harmonizing. Brothers harmonize like nobody else. Or any family members that sing together. Maybe the Carpenters might be considered.
No, but the
brother
brother sang. No, it's
Karen, right?
Karen, yeah.
But this is one of the many things that makes them so good. Anyway.
Yeah.
And if we don't make it to the screen, may you catch the
Amazing. Great rendition of Pretty Girl from Annapolis. Would you agree, Jacob?
Ah, it's so beautiful. So I just love hearing their voices, and just even in that acoustic restroom, right? That's so clever for them to do that. So good.
I pick a deep cut for one particular reason, not just because it's a deep cut. I just love it so much, but it's a challenging song for our students.
Yeah.
It's got a banjo. I mean, how many of our students love listening to banjos, right? And then you have towards the end one of these interludes, and they, all of a sudden they break into Bob Marley. So they do that with this particular song. They've also broken into When Doves Cry, multiple other songs. That's part of the fun if they do this song is what will they do in this little interlude towards the end? What will Seth Avett sing?
Right. Yeah, they do that quite often in their if it's this is a band you have to see in concert because not two concerts are alike. Every set list is different. Sometimes they make audible changes throughout the set. And like you said, I mean, you're always kind of wondering what they're going to do with certain songs. Like, okay, what are they going to do this time? So every time you watch them, it's a fresh watch. And then even watching these videos, they throw a little bit at you. So yeah, they're just so much fun. I mean, you got me started with I Am Loving You, and that I was hooked with that song. And then I've heard from others, that's a song that really gets people. But these deeper songs that you start getting into, you go, wow, these guys could do so much. And they can play different instruments, the piano, banjo, all these different things. It's pretty cool.
Yes, and I haven't mentioned this, but I'm as a big a fan of the Avett Brothers. I mean, I have gone to see them many times in many different states, including in Red Rock in Colorado, where they play every year, 3 nights in a row.
Oh man.
So they're out there for 2.5 hours playing 25 songs. One particular year, they played, I believe, close to 90 songs, not one repeat.
Oh geez.
Not one.
At Red Rock, right? 3330, right? I think.
They and maybe it was around 80 something songs, and think about that, and nobody is upset that they didn't play a particular song because they do such great shows.
Yeah,
but now they don't quite do that because a couple songs they have to play, including one we're not going to play. I think maybe their big hit is No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, check that out, everybody. It's a great song. But I thought we would play, because you mentioned I Am Loving You. Let's check it out, because I think that is kind of like the gateway for a lot of people into the Avett Brothers, because it's lyrically and sonically, it's just incredible.
Let's hear it.
Load the car and write the note. Grab your bag and grab your coat. Tell the ones that need to know we are headed north. 1 foot in and 1 foot back. But it don't pay to live like that. So I cut the ties and I jump the tracks for never to return. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Are you aware of the shape I'm in? My hands, they shake, my head, it spins. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. When at first I learned to speak, I used all my words to fight with him and her and you and me. Ah, but it's just a waste of time. Yeah, it's such a waste of time. That woman, she's got eyes that shine like a pair of stolen polished dimes.
That, I mean, Seth Avett would be the lead singer in any other band, probably, right? Because his
Oh
voice
yeah.
is so great. But this is what makes the Avett Brothers so cool: is you have Scott Avett opening, and then Seth chimes in briefly. He does his little part, and then steps away, and then Scott comes back in. But it's so nice because
Yeah.
it's the right moment for him to just step in. It's such a beautiful sound.
And it seems like they do it. I mean, they know their strengths, so I'm sure they've talked about like, okay, this is where I think you should come in here right here, and I think it just flows. And because they're brothers, they get it done without having this, egos. Because you could, even when you see them on stage, they love each other, and so yeah, you see that with this, even with this video.
She asked to dance, I said it's fine. I'll see you in the morning time. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Are you aware the shape I'm in? My hands, they shake, my head, it spins. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. 3 words that became hard to say. I and love and you. What you were then, I am today. Look at the things I do. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Are you aware the shape I'm in? My hands, they shake, my head, it spins. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Are you aware the shape I'm in? My hands, they shake, my head, it spins, spins. Oh, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take me in. Dumbed down and numbed by time and age. Your dreams, that catch the world, the cage. The highway sets the traveler's stage. All exits look the same. 3 words that became hard to say. I and love and you. I and love and you. I and love and you.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. I still think it's great.
Yeah, that's a song that did it for me. It hooked me, and I know others too. And then you just get into their whole their whole catalog, right? And I don't know if there's a bad, and I know that sounds weird when you say, "Oh, there's not a bad one," but there's maybe more of the recent stuff, but even the recent stuff is good. It's all good stuff, guys. And I hope the audience will take a look at it. And I know my students, I just love having those conversations with them. There's a song called "Shame." I just want to end it with this little piece. I've shared with that with my kids where, man, this song it resonates. And one time, one kid told me, "Man, what's it? What are they saying, Mister?" And I share the words "shame," and they're like, "Oh, wow, that's deep." I go, "Yeah," and I go, "Sometimes we get we get to that place, where we're reflecting on things that we've done, and uh, and then you could tell these 2 guys have a deep spiritual base, and they definitely are able to express it in their words and their lyrics and how they feel about certain topics like that. So Yeah, good.
I mentioned the song "No Hard Feelings," and I guess a lot of their lyrics hit you hard because they're about something.
Mm.
They're meaningful. They do touch on spirituality and their connection to God, although they're not necessarily would fall under a Christian band because they also have songs where they get drunk and have fun and party a little bit. Uh, and so maybe more of their earlier career than not so much anymore. But
Right.
there's this song, No Hard Feelings. My friend told me when he first heard it, he's a big Avett fan. He said he had it on repeat for hours. And when you read the lyrics and you read the lyrics, you want to live the lyrics. You don't just want to hear. It's one of those songs that is so deep on really how to live your life. It sounds very medicinal the way I'm describing it, but I just mean it in a positive way. Like this is some great stuff. So
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna just add one thing to that. You're so right on that song. I think when they went ahead and they recorded that song, I think they did it in one take, and they were totally blown away just by the whole feel of the song and the way they did it. And they had to take a break, and Rick Rubin let them. And when they came back, Rick Rubin's like, "Oh, okay, let's go to the next song." And they're a little kind of offended by that. Like, wait a minute, we just gave you our heart here. And he later on says, "I knew it was so good, but I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep that electricity onto the next song." It's like, this was incredible. Let's keep doing it. But they didn't understand. They're like, wait a minute, there's like a spiritual moment here. This was like a powerful song, and we did it in one take, and they're still reeling in it. I think you can see that in the film, the documentary. But Rick Rubin talks about it like, well, I just wanted to keep getting that electricity in the next song and the next song. So,
and that documentary is titled "May It Last," and it's playing on HBO, Max. I think it's still playing on Max, but another great thing to watch. But so this week we'll be talking about music a little bit more, but check it out, everybody. The Avett Brothers in the Classroom, and open up the students' minds because that's part of education. You're introduced to things you're not accustomed to listening to or seeing. So check it out, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.